Hey, welcome to another sneaker video. This time I'm here with a vintage pair of Nikes. As you can see, this is the original box. It's in pretty good condition considering it's about 25 years old. It actually has a date of November 10th, 1989 inside the top. It's your typical Nike box from that era. I remember going shoe shopping with my mom and seeing stacks and stacks of these orange Nike boxes throughout the store. As for the shoe, we're looking at the Nike Quantum Force High in white and neutral gray. The shoe was released in 1989, but the production date on these actual shoes here is May of 1990, and they were made in Indonesia. There's not much to say about these shoes. I got them off of eBay last year for what I remember was a decent price. They're fairly typical for the time, with the perforated toe box. You've got the large tongue. You've got the high top silhouette, and of course you've got the swoosh marking on the outside and the inside. And everything is original from the insoles to the laces. They didn't require a paint job or any other major work. And what you see is basically what I got. In fact, they were brand new when I got them. I've worn them a few times, and they're in very good shape for their age. There's no midsole separation or midsole cracking. The stitching, as you can see, is intact, and aside from some very small spots that you can see it there, the paint is holding up pretty well, even on the tongue. So I couldn't have asked for more with these shoes here. And as you can see, you have that white full grain leather upper with neutral gray accents. You've got the words Quantum Force printed on the tongue, and you can see, hopefully, that it's raised as well. And of course, you've got that gray basketball right underneath. Nike appears on the back in dark gray. It's also raised. And it is also on the bottom, of course, on the outsole. If you take a look at the collar, it is nice and thick. You don't get collars like that anymore, but not that thick. And it's very soft. And I don't know how well you can see it, but the insole is a dark gray, and you've got Nike and the swoosh printed in white down there. I believe I had a pair of these as a kid. I went sneaker shopping with my parents at a place called Woodbury Common in upstate New York, which isn't too far from where I grew up. And I really wanted a pair of Reebok BB 4600s, the high top ones, in white, blue, and red. My friend had a pair, and I really wanted them. And we found, I think, an all white or white and gray pair of BB 4600s, and I decided to turn them down for some reason. And I believe I ended up with a white and blue pair of these Nike Quantum Forces. And we went to Florida that year. I think we did the whole Disney World thing. And I remember the Gulf War was on TV. So, yeah, that dates my memory to around 1990, which is consistent with these shoes. Anyway, I eventually got my BB 4600s last year at some point. So it took 25 years. And then, of course, another pair of these. Of course, that took 25 years. As for fit, I always say go up half a size with vintage shoes, but these feel so narrow at the toe that I would advise you to consider going up a full size. So definitely keep that in mind. They are very narrow. As for wearability, because they have no visible air unit, actually no air unit as far as I know, they've held up nicely over the years. I don't feel any soft foam or anything like that in the midsole. It seems to be all rubber, and it hasn't gone rock hard yet. Sometimes you'll get soles where the rubber has just turned rock hard, and it's actually kind of dangerous to walk in the shoes because it's like walking on ice. I feel like I really lucked out with these, and I would definitely buy another pair if I could find one. If you're interested and you're wondering about the price, you never really know with vintage sneakers. I would imagine a brand new wearable pair of these would go for $150 to $200. They're not Jordans, and they're not a more well-known model like Air Force Ones or Command Forces from around that time. They weren't top-of-the-line shoes back then, but compared to a lot of today's models, at least for me, someone who grew up loving 80s and 90s style sneakers, these are hard to beat. So that's about it for this video. If you have any questions, or you have your own, or you had your own Nike Quantum Forces, leave a comment. And as always, check out my other videos and my Instagram. Subscribe, of course, and go get some vintage Nikes, and have a great day.